Good day, colleagues. I have put together a 3-part video series to show you how to create a lesson on Moodle. Now, I created these set of videos on the recommendation of the head of school at our recent PD meeting in response to concerns that students are not actively participating in the resources on Moodle prior to the lectures or the tutorials. So these lessons that I'm going to show you how to create serve two purposes. Okay, the first purpose is to assign points to tasks to encourage them to participate, because these points can add to their final grade. And the more important of the points or the reasons is that it's something different. It's something that can encourage them to learn the concepts or the principles prior to the lessons, because you can actually set deadlines as to when they can go on and work through these lessons. So you'll be able to assign points to encourage them to make up their final grade, and also to encourage them to participate prior to the tutorial or the lecture. Now, I'm going to be using fundamentals of accounting, and my topic or concept that I want to emphasize through the lesson is Unit 5, preparing the statement of profit or loss. So, in order to keep this whole process simple and not to overwhelm you, I have broken it down into 3 short videos that you can watch in your own time and at your own pace. So in this first video, I'm going to show you how to design and set up the framework for the lesson. So that's the first video. In the second video, I'm going to show you how to put in the resources in the lesson so that it's in a logical sequence, and you're going to be guided by what is called a learning path. And I'm going to show you how that learning path is a critical design element in the lesson. And in the last video, I'm going to show you now how to link these resources in a logical manner, being guided by your learning path, and then to publish it. Okay, so let's get cracking. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to design how you want your lesson to look. What are the resources and elements that you want to place in the lesson? And everything starts with what concept or unit you want to bring across in this particular manner to your students. So I created a sample learning path that I'm going to share with you now. So here is my learning path. Now, don't panic. It is not as complex as it may look. But for this learning path, I'm teaching the student how to prepare a statement of profit or loss. This is the first major task or learning outcome that the student has in the fundamentals of accounting module. And so what I have done is highlighted, first of all, the unit, and then I've picked out 3 concepts that I want them to focus on. The first learning concept is understanding how to calculate cost of sales. The second concept is how to derive the gross profit. And the third concept is how to derive the net profit. Now, you can have as many or as less concepts as you want. You decide what you need to get the idea or the thoughts or the concept across. Now, after you have identified the concepts, then you build out what is called content pages. So from what is here, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 content pages. This last short video here is also a content page. So apart from the content pages, you can actually also put in question pages. And you can have matching questions, short answer questions, multiple choice questions, true false questions, whatever. The option is wide. So how we use this learning path is this. You carry the student through the resources for the first concept. So we read from top to bottom. It means, therefore, that having shown them 2 points, two pieces of content, I'm going to carry them through 3 multiple choice questions. Now, the only way they can progress to the second content, which is that blue arrow connecting the first and second learning concept, the only way they can move on is if they get all the multiple choice questions right. Now, at any point in time, if they get the multiple choice question wrong, we can lead them back to the respective content page to reinforce what it is that they did not learn and review it so that they can come back and get the question right. So this arrow, this red arrow, is simply showing that you can send them back. And this is the beauty of it. Send them back to the respective resource to help them to better understand. So they may have overlooked it or didn't pay much attention to it. So you'll send them back. So for them to move through the lesson, they have to get their stuff right. Now you can design it that whether it's right or wrong, they can still progress, but you really want to use it as a learning experience. Now the lesson is timed. I'm giving this lesson 30 minutes for them to work through everything. And they will know that they're at the end of the lesson when they see this phrase, end of lesson. So let me now jump into Moodle and show you how to set that up quickly. Now you have to turn editing on, and then you move through to the section, the unit section that is relevant. So I'm looking for Unit 5. So I'm scrolling through. And at the bottom of each unit block, here's the phrase, add an activity or resource. So that's where I'm going to go. Here I am. So by clicking on this, I now look for the lesson icon, which is this one. I'm going to give my lesson a title, and this is what they're going to see on the Moodle dashboard. So it's Unit 5, preparing a statement of profit or loss. So there are 2 financial statements, and the students tend to have a problem with this one and not the other one, which is a statement of financial position. But this one has always been a challenge to them. Now, I'm not going to put anything in the description here. You have a choice, however, of putting in a picture, a video, and audio, but you can explore. Now, I don't use the appearance feature, but definitely the availability feature is very important, and I'm going to enable all 3 in this section. So the lesson will be available for a particular time with a specified deadline. And as I said, I'm going to give them 30 minutes. I have given as much as 60 minutes to my lessons within which the students have to work. So after you've put everything together, you can basically judge whether the time that you've assigned here is adequate. If it's not adequate, you can come back and change it. Now, I am using a grading system based on the learning path we had a while ago. There are 6 multiple choice questions and 1 matching question. So for each multiple choice question, I give a point, and for the matching, I can give 4 points. So 6 and 4, 10. So I'm selecting point for grade, maximum grade 10. Now, if this is a practice lesson, the points that I gave would be of no value. So this is not a practice lesson, so I'm leaving it at no. And I think I'll allow them one retake to try and get a better score. But we'll work that through. All right, so we click Save and Return. And when we look, here we now have our icon showing the unit name or the name of the lesson. It shows also that it's available as of a particular date, and it closes at a particular date and time. Now I can click Edit and change whatever I just did a while ago. I don't think I'm going to do any changes here, but just to show you that you can come in and make modifications. So I'm going back to Save and Return. So this marks the end of the first video. So in this first video, I just showed you that it's important to build this learning path. It doesn't have to be done on Word. You can do it on a piece of paper, but just to lay out for yourself exactly what you want to emphasize. Now then, if you're going to do that and follow along and work with me on these video series, I suggest that you complete this for the concept that you want to develop the lesson around, but most importantly, to build the things that you want to put into the lesson. So right now, in anticipation of the second video, I have downloaded 3 YouTube videos. I built 2 short videos to illustrate my point, and I built a 3-slide PowerPoint. I also have my 6 multiple choice questions ready, and I have my matching question ready. So this is a shell. So this is your map, your learning path, and you're going to keep referring to it to make sure that what you construct matches what you have here. And then you're going to create a framework. So you go to your Moodle site, go to your Add Activity or Resource, look for your lesson icon, add it in, go through the various features or functions that you want to apply. Most importantly, the dates, the accessibility dates. All right, so you can rewatch this video to see what you missed or to work alongside as you build out your lesson. Okay,